He's got 2 hernias from the dog bites that need to be taken care of medically.
And she told him, I mean, she fabricates a lot of stuff, and he admitted it.
I saw their dog. One of them had powder, and they were trying to bite him.
That's completely unreasonable.
If you want to fight, I can get you boxing gloves, but we're not here for that. My first case ever with worms.
Come here, Sophie. Get him, Rusty.
Can I say something?
No. If she hadn't had an oral agreement, how do you do? I know you've all been sworn. I have read your complaint, ma'am. What kind of a dog is that?
Miniature Dobie and Chihuahua mix.
Okay. How long have you had the dog?
He's 2.5.
Okay. And you claim that he was bitten by the defendant's dog? And when did that happen?
On August 12th.
Where did it happen?
In my front yard.
Okay. Was your dog on a leash?
He was in the house. Him and his brother were both in the house. The white dog behind me is its brother. The little one saw through my living room window.
The Rottweiler was in your yard?
Yes, sir. The little dog saw him first, the white dog. And he went to the screen door because I had my front door open and the screen was shut. And he was barking at the screen door, and this one got, attention riled up. And he went to the door. Together, the both of them pushed their way out the door. The Rottweilers were sitting on my front.
Pushed their way out the screen door?
Uh-huh.
Through the screen, or they?
They pushed it open. That one jumps in the latch. It got open.
Was the door latched?
Yeah. It was shut.
Had they ever gotten out before like that?
No, sir. But the Rottweilers were sitting right in front of my screen door.
Were you there?
Yes.
Was your dog in front of their house?
It ended up in front of their house. It started in my yard.
Where did it start?
In my yard. They're behind the...
In your yard?
Yes. My mom was outside, and the dog came. And that dog always comes. He's always out in the neighborhood, crawling around, he does his business in everybody's yards, digs up their plants and everything. And my dogs, when they see that dog, they get riled up, he riles them up. So that day, I guess the spring door came open. They got into it right there in the my front yard. That dog tried to go back into her house. My dogs got her in her yard.
What did your dog do to them?
Nothing. I mean...
Didn't bite the dog?
Nah, I mean, they're big dogs. I mean, if they wanted to kill him, I'm pretty sure they would have killed him.
I'm not talking about killing.
I know that. If they would have done real damage to him, I mean, he always comes into my yard. And
you didn't see any damage to the dog?
Nah, when I saw it, he was just laying down like that. So...
Did you go over to look at the dog?
No, my mom saw it. She saw it, and she said that it was just like hobbling around.
Did you see the dog, ma'am?
¿Usted miró el perro cuando lo atacó? Said yes.
Where were you when you saw it?
Yeah, because...
Yo lo miré, porque ella gritó mucho.
Yeah, because she started screaming, and she started saying that she was going to kill my dogs, and my dogs were going to go to hell, and that's when she came over, and she's like, what's going on?
Did you see her dog?
¿Usted miró el perro de ella?
Yo no sé, que entró a la casa, sí.
I want to know what you saw.
¿Quiere saber lo que miró usted?
Que el perro se acercó nomás al driveway, ahí a la puerta donde estaban antes los perros. Junto a la puerta de la casa, allí llegó. Siempre llegaba. Sí.
She saw that dog go into my yard, and he approached the door where my dogs were at, and she shooed him away, and that's when she saw she was going back in, and then that's when she saw the dogs come out.
Saw the dog come out?
Yeah, my 2 dogs chasing after her.
You have 2 dogs like that?
Yeah, the other one's probably the same size, but she's slimmer. I got pictures of her.
Let me see the pictures.
This is pictures, and this is some, I gathered names and...
Were both your dogs bitten, ma'am?
One of them was barely bit on the butt.
Which one was barely bit?
The white one. Yeah. The vet said he was going to be fine. There was no problem. There's not even a medical record of it. But she said if you have any questions, you can call.
Do you have a report from the vet?
Yes, sir. I have everything that I could think of. X-rays.
Ma'am, do you have any pictures of your screen door?
No, sir. I didn't even think about taking pictures. All I ever wanted was them to pay for what happened. I understand it was an accident.
No, I just want to see your door.
It's
but
a
you don't
normal
have
screen
pictures.
door.
Pardon?
A regular screen door with two little metal slots and a slot across. It's fully screened. There's a kick panel on the bottom of it.
Kick panel?
You know how they
Is
have
that how they got out?
panels? They pushed against it.
The kick panel.
They pushed against the frame, and he was pushing against the kick panel. The white one was, and when he jumps, he's tall enough. He must have hit the handle, but they've never been out before. Not like that. Things that need to be done. The little bills.
Your dog's ever bitten anybody before?
No, he's a trained dog. They never
Excuse
go out.
me?
He's a trained dog, and he never goes out of my yard before. He's never gotten out before.
Mr. Maldonado, is your yard fenced?
Yes. Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Was the dog in the front yard or the backyard?
The backyard.
Backyard.
Yeah, backyard.
And you're claiming that their dogs came into your yard?
Yeah, in the front yard.
In the front yard. Is your front yard fenced?
In this. Yeah, there's two fences. In the front and the back.
Do you have pictures of the fence?
Yes, they're underneath there with all the other pictures. It shows how he crawls underneath and.
How did their dogs get?
She lets them. They're loose. They're everywhere.
No, how did they get in the fence in your yard?
Oh, they crawls underneath, or he just goes in. It doesn't. We can't do nothing to stop him. He goes into everybody's yards and.
Well, how did your dogs get over to her yard?
Oh, because when the dog came in, it riled them up, and then they started jumping. Every time he comes in, they jump on my door. There's a picture of my door, like where I keep them back. And
they can jump over the fence?
No, it's pretty high. But they opened it up. They broke the bottom latch. They broke it open.
Who broke it open?
My dogs. Because it's latched into the cement. It's latched in. It's like a screen door. It's like real metal, like iron.
Is your yard fenced, ma'am?
No, sir, but the fence that he says that he crawls under, it's never shut. When the dog bit, if you can feel him, he's got 2 hernias from the dog bites that need to be taken care of medically. But that one can wait. The one that can't wait is his spine. The longer he stays this way, it's 2 weeks today that he was bit, the longer he's going to be suffering like this. And the doctor told me that he has an 80% chance of healing up. When Chili got attacked, Chili was in the house that morning, and so was Powder. I had my screen door open. I opened my door every morning. My front door, the screen door was shut. The Powder, the white dog saw first. He got Chili's attention. The Rottweilers were in my yard. I tried to pull Powder back in, and they had got Powder by the butt, but I pulled out, and it just like barely nipped Powder on the butt. And Chili squeezed in between me and Powder. The female Rottweiler picked up Chili, which I only thought was the one dog who hurt him, and took Chili by the neck closer to our driveway, to this sidewalk. This collar was a tight collar. It was only fitting 2 fingers before this happened. Now I can fit all my fingers. I saw the male with Chili embraced in his mouth, shaking, and all I could see was a black little thing flying back and forth. And I had the broom, sir, and I tried to hit the dog to try to make him let go. And every time I hit the male, the female tried to go for me. She pulled my broom apart, you can see. And there were people outside that saw my friend Mary. I yelled for her to help me. And afterwards, I saw the lady standing outside. She's the only person I saw during the whole incident until the Humane Society came. She called the dogs back. The dog let go like it was nothing. My daughter grabbed this one, and I'm running in the house. And I did tell her I was calling the police and I was calling the Humane Society, that you were in trouble. That's what I told her. I swear to that.
Is this your daughter?
Yes, sir, and my son.
How old are you, young lady?
12.
Did you see what happened?
Yes, I did.
Can you please tell me in your own words what happened?
Well, the female grabbed the dog by the neck.
Now, before that, were you ever in the house with your dogs?
Well, I was in bed, and my sister was in his room in the bed asleep, and she started screaming because the dogs grabbed my dog, I guess, and I looked out my window. And
But you didn't see your dogs get out?
No.
Okay, then go ahead and tell me what happened.
And I saw their dog. One of them had Powder, and they were trying to bite him.
Where did this happen?
In our yard.
In your yard?
Thank you.
Did you see the Rottweiler bite this little dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
Yes,
Ask?
sir. I mean, when her husband, her husband and my father, they talk good, and she sent him over to talk to my dad, and she told him, I mean, she fabricates a lot of stuff, and he admitted it. He admitted it to my father, and she had told him that the cops came, that they were going to take the dogs away. The cops never came, never showed up. It was a humane society. They didn't take them away or nothing.
Take a short recess. I'll come back, give you my decision.
Two cats on top of the
Hood.
on top of the hood.
They're strays. I don't own a cat, and that's the God's spoken truth.
Remain seated and come to order. This court is again in session.
I want you to understand that I have a great deal of sympathy for animals that are hurt, like your dog. Principally, the smaller one was hurt. But I also want you to understand that I can't decide a case based upon sympathy, prejudice, or passion. Wouldn't be proper, and I don't think you would want me to do it. So I have to decide a case in accordance with law. What we have here is a case of negligence on both sides. We use the.
That's okay.
I know how you feel. At least I think I do, and I do sympathize with you, ma'am. But discussing it further is not going to help us. So if you'll just be kind enough to listen to me. Try and control yourself, and let's finish the case. The doctrine is what we call the but-for doctrine. But for the fact that her dogs were really allowed to get out of that front door, it wasn't properly secured. I know it's never happened before, according to you, but nevertheless, it did happen. Dogs can get out the way you left that screen door. But for the fact that your dogs got under the fence, even if their dogs did come over there first, they got out. So if they hadn't gotten out, there would have been no biting. The dog is very badly hurt. The vet bills so far are not that much. They're probably about $350, $400. But the future bills are what expensive. The dog needs an operation or needs 2 operations. The bills add up to $2,666. Under the law, case of Lee, L.I. versus Yellow Cab in California, I can assess damages for comparative negligence. Each of you was, I believe, at least 50% at fault. It could go more. I could hold you 60% at fault, him 40, but I think it would be fair if we did it 50-50. So my judgment is for plaintiff for $1,483.
His spine has been snapped in 2. There's x-rays there. The one operation for his spine is going to be $2,600. The $225 surgery is for hernias that were caused when the dog bit into him. And there's now an abscess that's going to have to be opened and drained because the dog is infected inside.
I mean, that dog, sorry to say, but it had it coming to him. And if it wasn't us, it was other dogs, but he would always get away. So he would always make it back home in time. This time he just didn't make it back home. And I mean, all the neighbors would almost run him over. I mean, I almost ran him over a few times. I had to screech my brakes. And
I didn't even want to be here. I just wanted them to take care of it because their dogs were in my yard and my dog was not out that day. And their gate was open.
Today, she really brought it out. Everything was fabricated, a lot of fabrication. a lot of fabrication.
I guess I sort of felt sorry for him and I fed him dried kibbles just once or twice.
And the cat litter and everything else.
There
and
isn't no
your garage.
cat litter in the garage. Or haven't you looked? Or are you blind?
There's a picture in there. I'm not blind.
The Animal Court is now in session. The Honorable Joseph A. Wapner, Judge presiding.
I know you've all been sworn. I have read your complaint. You're claiming that the defendant's cat scratched your car or damaged your car?
That's correct.
Scratched the hood, correct.
Pardon?
It scratched the hood.
The hood. You have pictures of the car?
Yes, I do. Pictures on the video.
Thank you.
On the video.
All right, let me see the video.
Thank you.
Tell me what I'm looking at.
Okay, those are the scratches, multiple scratches running vertically.
Uh-huh.
I want to point out that the scratches that I'm showing there are
They've already been buffed
they've
out.
already been buffed out.
So they're not going to get any better. You can't buff them out. They have to be painted over.
Who buffed them out?
We had it buffed at a shop.
What did they charge you for it?
$25, but I don't have a receipt.
Why not?
Forgot to bring it.
You didn't think that was important?
No, I thought it was important. I just forgot it.
Okay. What are your other damages?
Just the scratches on the hood.
Well, you said, how much will it cost?
291. We got two estimates here.
You haven't had, obviously, you haven't had the work done yet.
No.
If you win the case, you'll have it done. If you don't, you won't.
Well,
we'll have to have it done anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I want to find out. Are you going to have it done anyway? Or are you
right,
gonna...
we are.
Yeah, we have to because you can't drive around the car like that. It's really bad. It's real
Well, the thing
noticeable.
is, when we plan to sell the car, which we do, eventually, it's because of the scratches, the value is going to go down.
Okay. Did you see this happen?
No, but I seen the two cats on the car in the morning that it happened. On the way to work, I woke up in the morning and seen the two cats on the hood of the car. And that morning, about 2 hours later, she drove the car to take my son to daycare, and she noticed the scratches on the car.
Did anyone see it?
Actually happened? No.
Physically scratch the hood, no. But he's seen the two cats on top of the
Hood.
On top of the hood.
How do you know they belong to the defendant?
Because in November, during the rainy season, we share a garage. And in the back of the garage is a door that opens and closes. And it was raining hard, and I told her she could close the door so it doesn't ruin her washer and dryer. And she told me, we have two cats. Can we compromise and keep the door halfway closed with the brick? So we said, sure, why not?
Do you have two cats?
No, Your Honor, they're strays. I don't own a cat, and that's the God-spoken truth. The reason why I told them to leave the door open is because the cats get in the garage anyway, because they have left the door open a number of times.
You feed the cats, stray cats?
No, just once. And then when they started griping about what happened to the car, I picked everything up and threw it in the trash.
Then why is it in your garage then?
Huh?
Why is all this cat food and the cat litter and everything else
There
still
isn't
in your
no
garage?
cat litter in the garage. Or haven't you looked, or are you blind?
There's a picture in there. I'm not blind, and you're the one that's being ignorant.
You have
not me.
pictures of what?
Of the cat litter box and what they used to feed that,
Yeah, but
that
it's
they
not
hid
there
and put
now.
it in the garage.
It's not there now, Your Honor.
Because
Did you once own a cat litter box?
I did.
When?
But I don't own it now.
When?
Earlier in the year, about February, March. But there's nothing in the litter
Were these
box.
just for strays?
Yes, sir, they are strays. They don't belong to me. If they did, I'd take care of the cat by taking them to the vets and stuff like that.
Okay. You've never owned any cats?
No, sir.
Why did you take care of strays?
Well, I guess I sort of felt sorry for them, and I fed them dried kibbles just once or twice. And I did leave some kibbles in the garage. But the stray cats weren't the only things in there. There was a couple of possums that got in there too. We had to chase them out.
Sir and ma'am, either one of you can answer the question. What's the legal basis, if you know, why she should be held responsible for your scratches on your car?
Because she told me that they were her cats back in November, so I think that is
Well,
saying
let
it's
us
my
let
cats.
us make the assumption that they're her cats that did it. What is the legal basis for holding her responsible?
if she's the owner of the cats, then she needs to keep control of those animals.
That's what you're telling me, and maybe that should be the law. But unfortunately, it isn't. If you feel strongly about it, you'll have to go to the state legislature and have them pass a law about it. There's no cat leash law that I know of. She doesn't have to keep a cat, any owner doesn't have to keep a cat on a leash.
Okay, but they're not responsible for the damages that cat causes, even though if they're on a leash?
There's no leash law. Okay. That's the point. They don't have to keep it on a leash because that's one reason there's no liability. The second reason there's no liability is she, as an owner of a cat, doesn't owe you any duty. Owes you no duty whatsoever. And the third reason is cats will be cats. They're predators and they're allowed to roam freely, and the law doesn't make any provision for the owner being responsible for something like this. Now there's a possibility, just a possibility, that if this happened over and over again and you knew they were her cats, it might be considered a nuisance. But it's not. From the evidence that you've told me, this is a one-time thing. First of all, secondly, I'm not sure she was the owner of those cats. But it's immaterial whether she was or she wasn't, because there's no legal responsibility here. And I'm sorry your car's damaged, and I hope you understand. But there's no law that allows you to recover in a case of this kind.
Even though there was another instance where I brought to her attention that her cats were getting on top of the car and leaving, after I had cleaned the car up and everything, parked it in the garage, that her cats were getting up there and leaving, shedding hair and leaving their footprints on my clean car. She said, well, I'll try to keep the door closed, and she's saying that they're her cats.
I'm saying it wouldn't make any difference. Judgment is for the defendant.
Well, the judgment obviously was a legal one. I think the law should be changed because I think if people are going to have animals, like dogs, I think they should be accountable for the actions of those animals.
Just to let her know the next time she, I bring something to her attention and she verbally abuses me or, calls me names without cause, she's going to be...
Excuse me.
She might find herself in court again.
Excuse me. She jumped all over me. And there was cuss words mentioned on both sides. I can't leave myself out of that. I had my share of them too.
If you recall, you're the one who started with the cuss words, and you're the one who stuck your fingers in your ear like a loony.
So don't say you're an angel.
I think next time it happens to the cat, they could end up missing a cat.
That wouldn't bother me because they're not my cats. So you guys can do what you want with them.
Sure.
I could care less.